So we're currently kicking off a SEO campaign for a cosmetic clinic, so local business, Google Maps, organic results. Now, interesting history with this one. The government rolled through with a whole bunch of changes, which are actually quite ridiculous from my perspective. As someone that builds hundreds of my own personal websites, I'm not sure how they could police people using the word or not using the word injectables. I understand if it's a registered business and whatnot. Anyhow, the challenges with this campaign so far, the business has just gone through a complete rebrand because a certain term was in the name that they're not allowed to use. So the actual URL had to change, which is actually wild. So business for 10 years has been these 3 words or these 2 words, and now it has to be these 2 words. What an absolute shitstorm for your small business owner that has no idea about websites, and all of a sudden you could be legally getting into trouble if you don't make these adjustments. Julio, can I have the ball, please? I'm not going to go in the water. Is he serious? He expects me to go in the, I'm going to just go knees deep, yeah? Knees weak, sweaty, I'm spaghetti. I'm still trying to get over it and how much of a joke this was. So they had to rebuild the website, which means all the permalinks, all the URL structures, everything to do with the old URL needs to be redirected to the new URL. So from a brand perspective, Google is familiar with this brand. Google is familiar with this particular brand. Let's go this way. And now we need to educate it about this other brand, which is similar, but it's not the same. So what that means is you've got to clean up things like citations. You've got to clean up things like directory listicles. You've got to clean up mentions of name, address, phone numbers, which is really exciting because it's basically the foundational basics of the steps you do in any campaign, is you clean these things up. It was just quite sad to see them lose such a mature site. I wouldn't say it was crazy, it had no SEO done to it over the years, but it's just not good. And also the redirection wasn't done by an SEO, so what basically happened is they redirected some of the pages, but not all the pages, and it's called the lazy man's redirection, which is just send everything to the home page, which I'm glad at least that was done. But also from an Instagram perspective, new handles, from an Instagram, a Facebook ads perspective, new ad accounts and things like that. It's just a massive headache. We've mapped out all of the pages. We've mapped out all the additional pages that we want to build as part of the campaign. A lot of them are suburb pages, geo pages, and elaborating on some of the key terms. For example, laser hair removal is the main page, but it should also receive the men's and women's pages because each term gets its own traffic, and you want to cater for each of those sexes. Yes, please. I want to feel like this clinic does look after men as well. They don't want to be wondering and put a separate page. But more so it's from a Google perspective. We can see that in Google people are looking for men's hair, laser hair removal or permanent hair removal for men. So it's like we'll build that page with the permalink, with the H1 and with the H2, with FAQs and things like that. And then I'm also slowly collecting a list of content topic ideas for the business owner to record. Julio, I'm thankful that the business owner has embraced videos and she's got no problem getting in front of the camera and answering some common questions. Basically, I pull a list of most common questions in the space that are meaningful, not like how do you get a job in this space or whatever. Do cosmetic clinics make money? Those kind of generic Google questions that people get. And so we will transcribe those videos, we will load them up onto the service pages and the blogs. We will, that drives a lot of engagement on the site over the current stock images that are there. I'm really happy to see that this week the banner image was updated and still is there. And the banner image actually has real footage of the clinic, a nice welcoming video, and which is good for brand instead of your typical Shutterstock women and doing the thing that we all see them do on a cosmetic clinic site when you're not sure if this is actually in my suburb or is it somewhere in Canada, right? You know what I'm talking about. So making the website actually come to life. So really excited to fire that up. We've scheduled 40 long-form guide-like blogs. Now blogs, geez, these days are really hard to get right. Blogs are now designed in such a scientific manner. We have 4 divisions that work on one blog. Literally everything from the keyword targeting to keyword density, specific H1s, H2s, SEO titles and meta descriptions are planned before, like way before the blog creators get their hands on it. Really cool stuff. We're not just loading things up for the sake of it. 10 years ago, we literally just wrote everything on everything to do with the topics for everything that PA came up with PAA. So what it meant was that we'd have 10 blogs like mauling over the same topic. But back then, and even just a few years ago, some of those blogs, you know, first, second, and third position was pretty much the same blog, almost just a permalink structure change, and the sentence was unique blogs, but how to choose a wedding dress. We had 5 blogs, you know, 10 tips how to choose a wedding dress, 15 tips, and all of them ranked at the first page of Google, which was really funny to see.